Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to NBC News Channel's 13 Now, your own personalized YouTube newscast. I am your very grateful and honored anchor, Steve Cooge. Happy to be with you on this late Monday night. I'm going to break down some of the hot stories we're following for you right now and tell you what we can expect in the newscast coming up in a few more minutes. All right, starting off, it has just been a couple of weeks since the new school season has started for a lot of the schools here in the capital region, and already we've seen a number of violent threats made to the schools. We've been talking about this again for probably like the last 2 weeks, and it's really getting out of hand. How bad is it getting? Well, police are now trying to crack down on this. There's been a slew of violent threats made. Just today, state police tell us they arrested a Clifton Park teenager for allegedly threatening to shoot up a Queensbury high school. Saturday night, we're told a threat was made through Snapchat to shoot up Queensbury High School from the student who was just arrested today. State police with Albany's FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, they say they arrested a 15-year-old. A 15-year-old from Clifton Park. It's the Sheriff Craig Apple right there from Albany. Not happy about all these threats going around. Authorities say that teenager doesn't go to Queensbury High and was using somebody else's social media account to make these threats. Still, police, law enforcement, they caught this kid. Queensbury, this threat comes after other school threats, including threats in the Bethlehem Central School District, as well as the Hoosick Falls High School. A lot of these threats, they've disrupted student life. That's led to canceled classes, parents keeping their kids home, and also a lot of shutdown of after-school activities and sports, among a number of other things. It's just been a massive headache, all from kids faking in bomb threats and faking, school shootings. So it makes you wonder, like, are they teaching kids in class at all, like, things you can say and not say on social media? I remember in my school, like we did the dare classes about drugs. We did, sex ed, how to do everything properly. Are they educating students these days about how to use social media properly? Maybe they are in some schools, maybe they aren't in others. Maybe that's why we can, point to all these violent school threats being made that are having a huge impact. And like this case, a 15-year-old who probably thought, I'm 15, I won't get in trouble for this. How are the police going to even find me just for making a harmless threat? Well, it's not harmless. It has real world effects and impacts. And now this 15-year-old is under arrest, and I'm sure his parents are absolutely thrilled with him this evening. A number of parents, as well as law enforcement leaders, say there just needs to be stiffer penalties for teenagers, kids, and others who commit these types of crimes, these swatting and threat incidences. Okay, on to the next story. We got an update for everybody on that devastating multi-car police crash from last week. We now know that the 4 officers who were injured are all officially out of the hospital. There was 2 officers in each of these squad cars that were all racing to the same scene. They clashed head-on into one another. All 4 had to go to the hospital. The 4th officer, the 4th and final injured officer, has now been released out of the hospital as of today. The crash itself is still under investigation. If you're curious how it happened, here's what went down. This was in Albany at the intersection of Madison Avenue and Quayle Street just before 4 p.m. last Wednesday. 4 officers, 2 of them in each squad car, were racing to a call for backup. Another pair of officers radioed for backup. They were having trouble at a domestic incident in the area of Slingerland Street and 2nd Avenue. These 2 different squad cars of officers were racing there, and then they both, I guess, took a turn at the same time. We don't know yet if they had their lights and sirens on, but somehow they collided into each other accidentally. The 2 different officers who were on the scene that called for backup, here's why. They were trying to arrest a suspect who was not being very compliant, and at some point during the arrest, the officers were exposed to cocaine that the suspect had on him at the time. The suspect's name is Ramel Carter, and he is scheduled to be in court tomorrow morning to answer for all the trouble that he caused here. He probably won't be charged for anything for the accident these other officers were involved in, but, it's easy to see how one little act can have a snowball effect of other problems. Okay, well, this is a great story. Whenever we do these 13 Now newscasts, I always like to end on something more positive, right? Well, this is for the dog lovers out there, okay? Pay attention. As we've known for a number of years, having pets can be pretty helpful. They make great companions. It also, as it turns out, science has officially proven owning a pet, especially dogs, can prolong your life. Just how many more good years can you spend? Well, let's find out here. This week is National Dog Week, and a Cleveland Clinic psychologist now telling us that there's a lot of reasons that we should be celebrating our four-legged friends on National Dog Week. Experts tell us that having a dog is great for your mental health, all of our mental health, and not just owning a dog, but just being around dogs, also good for us. That's why we often see those self-help dogs, not self-help, what is the word I'm looking for? Those public dogs that are at airports, you're just feeling down, they're there to pet. Hopefully you've run into one before. I usually see them in the airports or other places. Sometimes they bring them into schools just to help calm people's nerves and, help release all the anxiety that so many of us have, especially around flying and other things. Well, being around dogs, it's just great for you. They help you live longer. It's based off decades of research. Doctors say that just being with your dog can ease symptoms of depression as well as anxiety. It gives you a big dopamine and serotonin boost. Those are the type of chemicals, dopamine and serotonin, that make you feel good. So dogs literally make your brain release chemicals that make you feel better. And when you're stressed, for example, simply petting a dog can help calm you down. We see that time and time again. Dogs also encourage you to get out, get some exercise, which is, of course, both great for your mental and physical health as well. Even just by going on walks, you're likely to be more social. You're getting outside, and that's good for everybody because you're meeting people, and it just provides a lot of other benefits. If you can't have a dog yourself, doctors say there are other options that can give you benefits. Simply, go into a kennel, being a dog volunteer, or just, walking your neighbor's dog from time to time. See, you don't have to own a dog. You can just do it yourself. Go rent one for the day, or just, I'm sure your neighbors will let you take their dog out just to take the bathroom break that they need for the nighttime or the morning time, whenever. Anyway, dogs, wonderful creatures. Happy National Dog Week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on NBC News Channel 13 Now. Again, I'm Steve Cooge, happy to be here. And I'm going to be even happier in about 40 minutes when we go live on News Channel 13 at 11 p.m. Hopefully, I will see you there. If not, don't worry, I get it. It's a Monday, it's a work night, it's a school night. If you got to go to bed, you don't want to hang out with us late, I completely understand. So if I don't see you, make it a good one.